Howdy, folks. How's it going? Man, that kind of burns. Oh, kind of burns. Oh, my hat looks all messed up now. What am I doing over here? What am I doing? There we go. I can't help it. Shame, you know. Sometimes you just gotta let one go. Are we playing again this weekend, Court? I thought we already played. You're favored by less than a point and a half. So I'll let you know that. Or about a point and a half, I guess. Almost two. Almost two. You just better hope that Chuba Hubbard actually comes back, because if not, I'm throwing Dowdle in there, and then you're probably screwed. Oh, actually, Dowdle's still in my lineup. That's crazy. He's actually in my lineup with a higher. Anyways, that's nuts. George Kittle might come back this week. We'll see. But whatever makes you happy, okay? Whatever makes you happy. Welcome in, everybody. We're just getting started, moving over here. Hopefully, have we been having? Has there been YouTube problems today? I know we were having some big YouTube problems yesterday. I know we were having some big problems yesterday. I don't know if we're still having problems today or not. Guess we'll find out in a second, huh? Guess we'll find out in a minute. I know yesterday we were having huge problems over here yesterday. Yesterday was bad. But it seems like everything's well, we'll see. We'll give it a second, see if anything's working. I just got on a little 10 minutes early today too, so just figured I'd let this thing go. If you were athletic, what sport would you play? If I was athletic, that's a pretty big dig to start the live. Just thought I'd let you know that. That's a pretty big dig to start the live. Okay. Appalachian, that's great. Hold on, I gotta pin that comment. Hold on. Well, first of all, way back in the day when I was in high school, which was, I don't know, a millennia ago or whatever it is now, I actually lettered in 3 different sports, funny enough. I was actually quite athletic. Now I'm old and fat. So now I stick to tennis and golf. That's what I do now. But back in the day, I played basketball, I played baseball, and I ran cross country. That's what I did back in the day. Oh, did I leave my Oh well. That's what I did way back in the way back when in the earlier years. But yeah, now I just pretty much now I stick to tennis and golf. Oh, I'm very sorry, Sandy. I had to do that last week, so I'm very, very sorry to hear that. So, yeah, way back when, way back in the what do they call it in the 1900s? Isn't that what the kids call it now? I guess I didn't go to high school in the 1900s. I barely snuck in. I barely snuck into this century. Back when I was growing up in the 1900s. Do you guys know that's what kids are? Did you guys know that's what kids call it now? The 1900s. Isn't that wild? The olden days, I see, like I can deal with the olden days. I can't deal with the 1900s. That's wild, bro. For yeah, so like yeah. So if you were born in like the 90s, then they say you were born in the 1900s. Tata Tech, do you want a mod? If you do, let me know. Yeah. So feel old now. the the late 1900s. You were born in the 70s. That's like mid 1900s, right? I'm 1986, so I'm with you guys on this. Okay, it's not. This isn't like a. This isn't like a like I'm saying it about you. Okay, it's not like I'm saying it about you. All right, I'm saying it. See, like elder millennial, I like elder. Thank you so much, Tata Tech. I do appreciate it. Also, Tata Tech, if you're in the Discord, let me know. Like, send a ticket in, and I'll add mod channels to you also. Corey, trying to get you some help in there. And Corey, if you see anybody else that you'd like to get some help in there too, let me know. I know it gets rough in there. Yeah, I'm right there with y'all. Like it's just as bad on me. I don't mind older millennial. Older millennial doesn't make me like that. That's fine. If that's the worst we got, then I can live with it. All right. Don't be talking about the. Oh no. Don't be talking about the 1900s though. That's just rude. There we go. That's better. See, now it's too high. No, I don't like it. I don't know what happened to my cameras. All my cameras got I'm having some camera issues lately. Like all my cameras were messed up when I went to go on live today. Wild. Wow. Anyways, it does look like YouTube is working today, which is great. All right, that's great. It does look like YouTube is actually working today. So we got TikTok spinning up over here. Thank you all so much for being here. I got YouTube. The portrait live spinning up over here. I really appreciate y'all. My landscape live with my. I feel like my landscape live is like my true folks over here, like my real ones on the landscape. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I got some real ones over on the landscape. Thanks, Matt. I appreciate you. Yeah, I know. I got some real ones over there. Y'all are a little lower than normal, but that's okay. It's not quite 7:00. Or it's just past 7:00. So. Go debate Millie. Why? My platform is much bigger than hers. If she wanted to debate, she can come to me. I'm not going to her. You won a mug from me last year, Dory. That's great. I need to do another giveaway. Man, I need to do another giveaway. I'm sorry. I've been slacking. Who cares about platform size? I do. If I'm going to embarrass Millie, I want to do it in front of as many people as possible. You think you think I'm stepping down to go embarrass somebody like on in front of 100 people? No, I'm good. I'm straight. Appreciate you. We have been doing Bing. I don't. I thought people had like given up on bingo because I just assumed we would have hit a bingo by now. Just wild that we haven't. Okay. Just wild that we haven't. Yes, there are only 200 in that live. As we're getting started on one of the 3 platforms I'm live on. Check back in about half an hour, see how that looks, okay? Crimson Chin says debate Andrew Wilson. Why? First of all, people kept saying that, and then I had to go look up who that person was. I didn't even know who they were. Then I found out he's debated like all sorts of people. I was like, oh, okay. I don't know. I heard of another creator that had like debated him, and he was like, yeah, that was a giant waste of my time. I was like, all right. I did hear RTP debated him. I did not watch it. Cause I don't know. Seems like a waste of time to me. Like freaking from just like a strict like because I don't debate on here. I know you guys think like this is not a debate. Okay, this is not a debate, and MAGA doesn't debate on here. The few times I've actually seen MAGA actually debate, like where there was actually like a moderated debate with like a true neutral party, it's embarrassing. It's like truly embarrassing. I think the last one I watched like actually watched for a while was when RTP debated MOD, and she just quit halfway through the debate and ran. She just left. she just left. She was like, "Fuck this shit, I'm out," and just like, "I gotta go, bye." she just like quit. That shit was that after that I was like, oh, I'm good. And then for a while I tried to start going to like MAGA lives to try to bait them, and it's a waste of time. They put 8 people in a live, and then you just go in there, and then they all yell at you at one time. That's the whole thing. It's the most worthless thing to do ever. That's why I always invite them onto mine, because at least here we'll do one-on-one. Here at least I know we'll do one-on-one. Yeah. Anyways, y'all, we're just getting this thing started. How can you play bingo? Well, you can play bingo by being in my Discord. In order to win at bingo, though, you do have to be either a member or a subscriber. That's how that works. So that's how that happens. But which, by the way, I need to go through and I think I need to remove some people from. I need a whole bunch of mod help. We'll get there. Anyways, John, we're about to open up these phone lines, get this thing started. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you guys so much for being here. Don, thank you so much for the jewels. I see all those coming in too. I really, really appreciate you. We're about to get this thing started. We're just kind of warming up. I don't know why Don, oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the jewels. Holy crap. My whole chat is full of them. That's amazing. All right, Don.
It's insane.
Thank you, Mastiff. I appreciate that. Holy crap. Thank you so much, Don. I really, really appreciate that. W's in the chat for Don for all those jewels. That was a lot of jewels. Oh my goodness. That was crazy. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. And VJ, thank you so much for the $20 super chat to start this thing up. Oh, by the way, Muzz King, thank you so much for the gift, and Dory, thank you so much for the gift also. VJ said, I found out name changes were going YouTube wide, where we will all have handle names for security reasons due to name fraud, so we're stuck. Probably got updated before other channels did, but eventually we'll all have the handle names. I'm glad that you came to the same conclusion I did, because I did look it up this morning and found out that exact same thing. So I'm very happy that we're all on the same page here on we got to the same conclusion. Big W's in the chat for VJ also for the $20 super chat to start off the live. Big W's in the chat for that. Really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, VJ. Really appreciate it. And my second newest mod, I guess. Second newest mod. Now I just modded Tata Tech, but thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much, VJ. Really big W's. All right. All right. Now we're going to start to get some people in here. All right. Now we're getting going. So let us open up the phone line. Well, let's see who's in the TikTok chat over here. Let's see who's over here. Who's in here? Who's in here? Oh, I was gonna see if that person that they said wanted to debate me was here. Guess they're not. Oh well, not surprised. Not surprised. Not surprised at all. Not surprised at all. All right, phone lines are open. Let's get this thing started. We'll see if we get a call in a second or two. Oh, or literally as soon as I get done saying that. Hello, how are you? All right, goodbye. Well, I was like, cool, we'll get a call first. And then immediately it was like, no, we're not. Veronica Fox is in my chat every single day. She might be the most loyal person that shows up to my live. Just to be a hater, too. Just to be a hater. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
18.
What year were you born?
I was born in 2007.
Yeah, that took way too long. Have a good one. that took way too long. Yeah, she'd be coming in every day just to be a hater. Just to be a hater. Oh, we'll get plenty of MAGA in here. We always do. Sometimes it just takes a little longer to get started than other days. That's totally fine. It's actually why I started a little bit early today, just in case that happened. Tormented, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Said, of course, MAGA won't debate. They aren't here to debate. We know they are terrified of brown people, the left, and smart people. Wow, I'm all of those things. I'm all of those things. I am brown people, the left, and smart. Check that out. No wonder they're so afraid of me. I I just hit the trifecta. I could make my own I could make my own MAGA like haunted house for Halloween. I can make my own Ooh, universal health care. Immigrants are people. The United States isn't a Christian nation. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna do it. Ooh. Women should have equal rights. Oh. Oh, goodness. We've debunked trickle-down economics. I'm gonna give people food stamps. Oh. People will be able to eat. Oh, no, not poor people. We can't let them eat. Oh. Oh, no, not the poor people. Free education. Ooh. Hello, how are you? Hello?
Yep.
All right, goodbye. Hello, how are you?
Hey, I'm good.
Awesome.
you?
How old are you? I'm doing great. How old are you?
I'm 24.
Awesome. You still support Trump?
So actually, no, it's gonna be a short call. I just wanted to say I thought it was surprising. I got your stream in my recommendations, and I was sure you would be the Trump supporter, like having liberals call in and debating them. So I just wanted to say
It's the exact opposite. I'm on the left, and MAGA calls in to debate me.
yeah, I realized.
Yeah, it's the exact opposite of that. Yeah. Is it confusing?
Well, I mean, on initial inspection, yes. Like, just I don't know, just based on your look personally, I thought you would be like more red, but like I listened for like 30 seconds and realized you're on the left.
Well, that's crazy. I thought this was like the least confusing live ever, but maybe I should make it more clear. And what look do I give that shows like right wing?
I don't know how to describe it. And maybe this is like an odd take, but I feel like I just sort of have a sense for that sort of thing.
Oh, you should get your MAGA radar checked, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
certainly should. What, could I play devil's advocate with you for a bit? Why shouldn't I support Trump?
No, I'm not really interested, man. And while I do appreciate it, I have plenty of people that actually support Trump that call in, like usually I'm very busy. So I don't need to play devil's advocate for somebody that, with somebody that doesn't believe that. But I do hope you hang around, hit that subscribe button, and hang out and listen to the fun.
Sure, man. Sounds good.
Absolutely, man. I hope you have a good one. All right.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Taurus, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. I really, really appreciate that. Big W's in the chat for Taurus for the 5 gifted. And an extra little W in there if you got one of those gifted. Hell yeah. Thank you so much, Taurus. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. How are you?
How's it going, man?
It's going well. How old are you?
Sorry, say it one more time.
How old are you?
28.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I support Republicans more so.
I'm not asking if you support Republicans. I'm asking if you support Trump.
Sure, by default.
How do you support someone by default? Either you support them or you don't.
Well, it's because I more so support Republicans in terms of if I had to choose between a party, I'd choose Republicans, but Trump is kind of at the
okay. Why do you support Republicans?
I think they align more so with my and I want to kind of also say my political knowledge isn't the best, right? But just thought I'd call in to see what's up. But I think it just aligns more with my views. I would consider myself more of a traditional man. I believe in God. I believe in more conservative views and things like that.
You do realize that the right doesn't have a monopoly on God, right?
No, sir, I never said that.
Well, I'm just
What I
saying,
said
like,
was,
I'm not saying that you
No, I
said that.
understand. I
I'm
never said
saying that I don't
What I was
understand how
saying is
what
that-
God has to do with anything.
it's just more so the conservative values that I guess they would have more so.
Conservative values, like what? Freaking making sure that, you know, poor people don't eat or can't get medical care, or
No,
you know, or
so,
making
like,
sure that, you know, people that are in like war torn countries that have, you know, that have desperate need for help don't get the help that they need, and we block them out, or drowning children, and you know, and women, you know, that are escaping, you know, hardships in the Rio Grande. Like, what part of these conservative values do you so like that are you so, you know, up and, you know, so happy about?
I wouldn't say that I'm happy about it. I guess what I would start off by saying is the way I look at it is there's only two parties that I can choose between. Neither party is going to fulfill 100% of what my beliefs are. So I find it very hard to believe that the Democrats are 100% right in every single thing that they do. I'm also going to be the first one to say that Republicans are also not completely right in everything they do. And you are right. There's some of them that are very racist. There's some of them that can be very hateful. But I think that's a both party thing, and I think that's
It's
an
not.
extreme of both parties. I truly believe it is.
But it's not.
Sure,
It's
we can
truly
agree to
it's it.
disagree.
Well, we can agree or disagree all we want, but it's not, right? Like, because
It is though.
no, it's not.
So, like, for example, if just based off of some, you know, let's say TikToks that I've seen, whenever someone is, for example, protesting, right, or maybe not protesting, but let's say some videos that I've seen is there was a guy, you've probably seen it. There was a guy, I forgot what exactly he had a sign about, but there was this lady that came in. It was basically about Charlie Kirk, and then this lady came in and was basically making fun of Charlie Kirk dying, right? And you know, whatever your views on him or whatever your views, but someone dying for their.
What does that have to do with racism? We're talking about racism. What does this have to do with racism?
I don't think we mentioned racism.
You literally said
We're not talking about
that things like racism, which I was trying to have a conversation about, right? And you were like, and I
No,
was
no,
like,
no,
you were
what I
like,
was
you were
saying-
like, no, hold on. You said it was a both sides thing, and I was saying that it wasn't.
Yes.
Okay. And then I was saying
Yeah.
that it wasn't. You said agree to disagree. I was getting ready to elaborate, and then you went off on something that has nothing to do with racism.
Well, it wasn't necessarily about racism. It was more so about how there is hate on both sides in terms of the extremes, is what I was mainly talking about.
There's hate on both sides. Sure, there's hate on both sides. Okay, but that has nothing to do with what we're talking about, sir. You're specifically saying that if it's your values, okay, you said you're a godly man and it fits your values. That's what we're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out what values, okay? Because the values of the Bible aren't the values that the Republicans are promoting whatsoever. So I'm trying to figure out
I
how
would
you're
say that
saying
more-
that
more
how
often
you're
than
saying you're a
not, they
godly
are.
man. Hold on, sir. I'm trying to figure out why you're saying you're a godly man, but you're supporting a party who is literally shunning the poor, shunning the weak, starving the freaking the people that need food, not allowing medical care to get to the people that actually specifically need it, drowning people in the Rio Grande. The people that are literally doing the most ungodly things are the ones you're saying you support, but you're also saying you support God. That's what I'm trying to figure out, sir.
So what I was saying is, let's say, for example, in terms of my, I believe in like a traditional household, right? Where I'm the one that works, my wife doesn't work. She has the full ability to work, but she chooses not to because I'm able to provide, right? I believe in, you know, that a man and a woman should be together. I believe that that you should put God first. And at the end of the day,
Awesome. What has the left done to
whenever
stop you from doing any of those things?
well, like for example, let's say for example the household, right? The left is very more so open for, in terms of, they're open for like, same-sex marriage and things like that. And
Sir,
and
sir,
I'll be
sir,
honest
sir,
with
sir,
you,
sir, sir.
it's-
What has the left done
Mhm.
to stop you from doing any of the things that you just said you want to do? You said you wanted to be the provider, man of the house, wife stays at home. You said you wanted like all of these things, right? You want to put God first. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What has the left done to stop you from doing any of those things?
It's not necessarily that they're stopping me per se. It's just the direction that I would want to see the country going, which is kind of more so aligning with my views. It's not necessarily
Gotcha.
that they're trying to
So
stop.
you think that everyone should conform to your viewpoint, okay? Instead of allowing everybody to conform to the. No, that's exactly what you're saying, okay? Because
you're
what?
kinda-
No,
but
hold,
you're
hold,
also
sir.
doing the
Why
same thing
why
on
won't
the
you
reverse.
let me? Why won't you let me finish a sentence? Why do you keep cutting me
You're
off,
literally the one that interrupts me.
sir? I'm trying to finish a sentence here.
You're literally the one that interrupts
Well,
me.
sir,
Like,
no
I was
offense.
also
You talk
talking too,
you talk
and then you
very
jump in.
slowly and you ramble, okay? So I'm trying to have an actual conversation with you. Okay?
But you can also acknowledge the fact that you also interrupt as well.
Sure. I interrupt you to keep the conversation going because sitting here listening to you would put everyone to sleep. Okay? So I'm moving the conversation so we get someplace. Okay? So when you make a point, I address that point. Okay? Think you can handle that?
Sir?
Cool. Awesome. So
Sure.
what I'm saying is, sir, what the left is saying, hey, if you want to have a traditional household and you want to live exactly how you want to live, you're more than welcome to do that. That's great. And if you don't believe in whatever, this bullcrap traditional household thing is, right? Which was literally by traditional, you just mean controlling women, right? Because that's what the traditional household is
No,
that men control.
not at
No,
all,
I mean,
sir, but
traditional,
okay.
but sir, traditionally, that's what it is. Okay. Like that, what I'm saying
No,
is if you
sir.
look back at the traditional household, that is what it is. Okay.
No,
So-
sir.
No. Again, I'm not asking your opinion on that, right? I'm not saying you believe that. I am saying that you say traditional household. That's what traditional household means. Okay? Traditional households in the United States, women couldn't work, women couldn't have bank accounts, women couldn't drive at a certain point, women couldn't vote. Okay? When we look back at the history of the United States, that traditional household that you're describing was control over women. Okay? That's just simply what it was. Okay.
Maybe I should use a different word for it, but that's not necessarily what I'm looking for. Or
Okay,
that's not what I'm
and that's fine, sir. I don't really
saying that I
care. You can look for whatever you want, and as long as you have consenting, adult permission with somebody else, I'm more than happy to let you live your life. My question is, okay, why do you have such a problem with other people not wanting that?
in terms of, I guess, just to make it easier, in terms of, let's say, for example, same-sex marriage, right? It's just not the way it's meant to be.
How is it not the way it's meant to be?
So, like, if you just look at it like all living creatures are meant to reproduce, right? Same-sex couples cannot.
There's multiple different freaking species of animals across the animal kingdom that all experience homosexuality.
Mainly what I'm talking about is the advancements of the species through reproduction. That is how it's meant to be.
Gotcha. So we also shouldn't allow people that can't reproduce to marry. So, like, I'll give you an example. So, like, I've had a vasectomy, right? So I shouldn't be able to get married, right? Because I can't reproduce. And if the entire point of marriage is just
It's not necessarily
reproduction,
like that.
no. But you're saying that the entire point of marriage is reproduction, right? And then since I
No, the
can't
entire point of
reproduce,
marriage is-
then I shouldn't be able to marry then.
That's not the point that I'm trying to make. But if I said it that way, then I apologize.
Well, then what
if
was the
that's
point you
that
were
I'm
trying to make?
The point that I was trying to make is the way God describes marriage is it's between a man and a woman,
Where?
right?
Where?
In the Bible, I can't give you an exact
Bible doesn't say that.
verse. It actually does.
It actually doesn't.
I could actually. I mean, I don't think you have time for me to find it for you, but I'm pretty sure that.
Well, sir, it doesn't exist. Okay, I've read the Bible cover to cover. Okay, like so many times. Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Do you know when the word sexuality was added to the Bible?
Do I know when that word was added?
Mhm.
No, sir.
About 70 years ago. 70,
that's
75
the
years
wrong
ago.
Bible.
Huh?
Then that's not the Bible, or that's not the version of the Bible that's correct.
Oh, gotcha. So then the Bible doesn't mention homosexuality at all. So therefore, God doesn't have an opinion on it.
I would say God says it's wrong.
If God said it's wrong, it's because of the word homosexuality being bad, and that wasn't added till 70 years ago, 75. But
I wouldn't know that.
so
for
so
sure.
so if you're saying that the Bible that added homosexuality 75 years ago was wrong, okay, then what you're saying is your interpretation of the Bible is wrong. And therefore, you need to adjust your worldview based off the interpretation of the Bible that's correct, because historically, in the way the Bible was written, and when you actually look into the original Greek and Hebrew of the Bible, it does not mention homosexuality at all, because the way that we think about homosexuality didn't even exist in the time that the Bible was written. So how are you telling me that something is wrong, okay, when the Bible didn't say it till 75 years ago, and the way that we think about homosexuality didn't even exist when the Bible was written?
Well, I was more so saying because of how, man started with Adam and Eve.
Because
And
of
then
how
that's how
man
they-
started?
And how they kind of populated the earth.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So because two people existed at the same time means that God hates homosexuality. That seems like a reach.
I wouldn't. Okay, I was just saying that that's how he started mankind, with Adam and Eve, and that's how it always was.
And then he got us
For
to this
thousands.
point where people can fuck whoever they want. It's pretty great.
Yeah, not necessarily. The reason it got to this point was because, how would I say? It's like an example that I can give you would be in terms of this freedom
Thank you so
that
much.
some people
This-
are chasing
for that.
isn't really freedom. It's more so like let's say, for example, you walk into a room and there's a kid that has a closed Clorox bottle, right? And they're just playing with it, for example. And you, as the adult, take that Clorox bottle away. The kid's gonna cry, right? Because the kid feels like you're taking something away from them that they want. But in reality, what you're doing is you're saving the child.
So God
From harming
made people, correct? In his
So for-
image. Hold on. So God
Are
made
you
people.
interrupting me right now?
Hold on.
I don't think I was done.
Yeah, well, you are now.
So
God made people in his image, right?
So you can interrupt me, but I cannot.
So God made
interrupt
people
you.
in his image, right?
Is that? So I'm assuming that's a yes.
Is that a yes?
Because you got upset with me earlier.
Is that yes?
I'm just trying to make sure that.
Dude,
we're
you
on
can
the
either
same page.
cry about it or answer the question. It doesn't matter to me. What's the Bible
I'm
saying
not
about
crying
whining
it.
during
You were the one-
conversations?
You were the one crying about it earlier.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
good
anyways,
one. I'm not.
so-
yeah. Oh, you did it. You did
So
it.
whenever-
Did
so
the
whenever the
God
adult
did God
Take
make
the
us in
Clorox
his
bottle
image?
away, right?
This is the
Whenever the adult
worst
takes the Clorox bottle
hypothetical
away,
in the
the kid
history of
feels like-
conversation.
The kid feels like the adult is taking their freedom away. So it's like when it comes to same-sex marriage, it's like people think that they want that, and sure, maybe they have this full-on belief that they do, but it's more so poison than not.
No, they want it. They want it a lot. And let me ask you my question. Did God create
they
us in
want
it?
it because
Sir,
of
you were finished now. You
people
stopped. No,
feeding
you
this
stopped talking.
ideology
No,
into
see,
them.
you stopped talking. So now it's
Does that
time for you
make
to
sense?
answer my question. Okay. Did God make us in his
People
image?
want that because people are always just trying to.
You like how he
feed them
won't
this-
answer the question?
this-
He just is refusing to answer the question. It's like the most simple Bible
what's your
question that has ever existed. Did God create man in his image?
Yes.
God. So God gave men boners for men.
Not necessarily.
Well, no, because that's in your genetics, right?
But
Like
you have
that's
free
part of
will.
your you free will get boners? That's weird. See, I maybe you're a different type of guy, okay? So me, I only get aroused, okay, for people that I'm sexually attracted to. All right?
Yeah.
And for me, okay, that is women, because that is who I'm sexually aroused for. It sounds like for you
Yeah.
get aroused by men and you're just choosing not to,
That's crazy.
you're just
sure.
choosing not to do that. And that sounds like some
If you're,
suppression.
like, name calling
Okay.
and disrespecting.
That wasn't
that's fine. I don't know
that
why
wasn't
you have
name
to
calling
debate
at all.
that.
Sir, are you getting upset that I called you out on that?
I'm not getting upset at all.
Oh, okay.
I
So,
don't-
sir,
I don't think you could ever
sir.
upset
So
me.
if God created within our biology the ability to be sexually attracted to men on a biological level, and God created us in his image, then that means God must also freaking be
Doesn't
sexually
necessarily
aroused
work like that,
by
because
men,
you
right?
also have to understand that the devil is also in play.
Oh, the devil's also in play. So the devil gets to
Yes, sir.
decide. So the devil gets to decide whether or not you're sexually aroused by men or women.
I mean, if you want to make it as simple as that, yeah, for sure. So, like, for
Oh,
example,
God doesn't sound like he has very much
something-
control over this world, then, does he? If the devil's able
No,
to
he-
just,
he actually
if the
doesn't.
devil's
He
just
actually
able to
limits
just
his
come
control.
in and just decide, hey, you're attracted to men and you're attracted to women and you're attracted to men and you're
that
attracted
is
to
exactly
women.
how he moves.
And that's how the devil
is
does it. He
exactly
just
how he moves.
decides how it is. And one of them's a sin, and there's nothing you can do about it because it's in your biology. It's the way you were born, right? Because you can't,
Nope,
again,
that
like
is-
you said, you can't choose who to be aroused to, right?
For example, right,
Can you choose to be aroused to men?
No, I'm not. I would never be aroused to that.
Oh, okay. So then it must be biological, okay, because you are biologically aroused by women, right? So the devil can then come
No, I
in and
think-
change your biology, right?
No,
Which
the
is
devil
something
can come
which
in
I
and
thought we were
confuse
created in
you.
God's image. I guess we aren't biologically
The
created
devil
in
can
God's
come
image.
in and
I
confuse
guess
you.
I guess now we're biologically created in the devil's image because the devil gets to decide,
I
who
never
we're
heard
aroused
that.
by. That's a pretty powerful devil for something that's not, omnipotent or omniscient or anything like that. That's pretty wild.
He is pretty powerful, as you can see how he has the certain groups of the world, right? For example, like if you had a kid, right?
Oh
you
God,
could
please
do
not
your
another
best,
example.
right?
Please, for the love of God, not another example. That other one was so bad.
Well, you don't seem to be understanding.
No, sir, your examples are horrible. I understand just fine. Okay? I understand your point very fine.
Okay.
That's why I've taken your point and absolutely dismantled it on every single level. Okay? That's already happened. It went over your head. Okay? But I understood your point
Sounds
so
good.
well that I actually addressed every single part of it all the way down the list and showed the hypocrisy in your argument all the way through down. And I showed how it's not biblical on top of that. Okay? Because it's not. All right? So I understand it. I understand your point very, very well. Okay? You don't understand yours very well. Okay? And that's why you're not
I understand it pretty
understanding.
well.
No, you don't. Okay? No, you
I
don't.
do.
Because the Bible does not address homosexuality in the way that we see it today. It does not, period. And so unless you know something from God, okay, where, maybe that was somewhere in like Ezekiel or something where God says, the devil comes in and makes you sexually aroused to men. I must have missed that verse. Okay? I must have missed that one. All right. But since the Bible doesn't mention that in there anywhere, then you are just making up what you feel that you don't like. And then you are attributing that to God. That's what's called twisting religion in order to fit your narrative. It's exactly what we did in America. Well, not we, but what people did in America to use slavery and chattel slavery to African people. They used religion as the way to turn that towards their narrative, to actually teach slaves that God actually wanted them to be slaves. Okay, they actually specifically kept in the Bible the spots where it talked about how to beat your slave and how slaves should be good masters, right? And they took that part of religion and they turned it and they twisted it in order to fit their narrative. That's what you're doing. See, what I'm doing is I'm reading the Bible and telling you what it says. What you're doing is trying to find something that fits your narrative. We are not the same.
Sure.
You still there, champ?
You didn't really make a point, but okay.
Oh, I made
don't
a
know
ton
how
of
you
them,
want me to
actually.
talk to that.
Again, you didn't catch them, but I made a ton. So anyways, besides you being super homophobic, what other reason do you have for being a Republican?
I wouldn't say that I'm super homophobic.
Okay, just
You make
just,
these,
just
like,
very
very-
homophobic.
Brash generalizations of myself that I never once said.
Yeah, so you did say it, sir. Again, just because you didn't say the word "I am homophobic," you very much showed that you are. Okay, so I'm asking you. Besides that, do you have anything else?
No.
Oh, gotcha. So, perfect. Guy's a Republican because he's a homophobe. I guess you're with your own kind. Makes sense. But well, okay. Well, if you don't have anything else to talk about, then I guess I'm done with this conversation. So, I guess have a good one.
Have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Try reading your Bible. Anyways, we're gonna move on to the next caller. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Francesca, since I got it this time, thank you so much for the $5 super stick. Who says noob? That's funny. I would say I'm super homophobic. We're going to move on to the next caller. Y'all, please make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to keep the conversations going. Hello, how are you?
Hello. I'm doing good.
Awesome. Real quick, Mara, thank you so much for the $2 over on Venmo. Really appreciate it. Said you are awesome. Love from the Panamanians. What's going on in Panama? How are you guys doing? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right. Anyways, so how old are you?
I am 20. Oh shoot. My birthday just passed, so I kind of forgot. I think I'm 24.
And y'all, what? Do you still support Trump?
I would say yes. I have come across a couple things that I've been kind of, like, oh, I don't support him on this or I don't support him on that. But generally,
like the fascism and stuff.
I wouldn't call it that. What would you define as fascism?
People are fascists if they fit the historical definition of governments in which fascism was implemented. But if you want to have a techno term, it's palingenic ultranationalism.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, like what I'm trying to ask you is what has Trump done that you consider to be fascist? Not, yeah. Thanks for your definition, though.
His entire platform is fascist.
Insane.
Like,
I'm sorry, what?
His entire platform is fascist, and literally everything he does, from his scapegoating, right, his freaking his inhumane treatment of immigrants, his rhetoric straight out of Mein Kampf, right, his suppressing of free speech in the United States, which he's done, his ultra militarization. I mean, we can go through. I mean, we could be here for a while if you want to go down that whole list.
Let's pick one. I think one that I thought was kind of interesting. What you said was his abuse or something. His word for word, I can't remember what you said, but you said something about his abusive nature towards the foreigners or something like that.
Yeah, his inhumane treatment of immigrants. Yeah.
Inhumane. Yeah, that's the word you used.
Yeah. What about it?
Well, I want to know what you think is inhumane about what he's done. Like, what do you think about
sending people to torture prisons who have committed no crime? Sending people to countries that they're not from, like across the other planet, freaking ripping children away from freaking families, zip tie them, leave them naked out in the road, freaking, like, you fucking name it. Like the entire existence of a place called Alligator Alcatraz, where they make fun of people running from alligators. Like, what?
So, have you actually seen Alligator Alcatraz? It's
like physically been inside of it? No.
Well, like there's been reporters who've gone in, they show it, they got beds, they got mattresses, they're not sleeping on metal, they got bathrooms.
The bathrooms barely work. The place didn't have air conditioning in South Florida.
Mm-hmm.
That's inhumane. Maybe you're from someplace up north. I live in Florida. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, air conditioning here is a must, right? Like, it's not. And also, there have been tons of other freaking politicians and reporters that go in there. They've shown, that those mattresses don't exist. There's overcrowding. There's lack of food. Right. There's all sorts of other things. They lose like thousands of them.
Yeah.
They literally lost thousands of them.
What do you mean by lost thousands?
Yeah, they were like supposed to be an Alligator Alcatraz. They just like disappeared. They just freaking lost them. They just like. It's like 1,600 of them. They were just like, oh, we don't even know where these people are at anymore. We just lost 1,000 or 1,200 of them, whatever. Like, they just disappeared. Honestly, I don't know whether they disappeared because like they just lost them or they disappeared them. They disappeared them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm also a little afraid they actually disappeared them.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I would like to know like where that source came from because I've never heard of that. I never heard of that.
There's
happening.
a ton of sources, dude. Like, I mean, I can pull up a few if you really need me to, but this is not something that's like
Yeah, no, I
yeah.
understand that.
It's not even being disputed by the Trump
Yeah,
administration. Like,
No, I understand that. So, oh shoot, there's so many things to talk about that I thought I keep. This is my first time actually talking to someone about this kind of stuff. I think it's very interesting. I really love communicating with people who don't, have the same view set as me or mindset.
so let me ask. So why do you agree with the inhumane treatment of migrants?
Oh, sorry. Say that again.
So why do you agree with the inhumane treatment of migrants?
So I don't actually agree with the treatment that is inhumane. What I do agree with, though, is getting people who aren't meant to be here, getting them out.
Yes. So does the left. What does that have to do with your support of Trump?
Well,
The only difference between Biden's policy and Trump's policy is the inhumane treatment.
First of all, Kamala, as the border czar during Joe
She was
Biden's
not.
reign, she basically did nothing. She had left an open border.
She
About
wasn't the border
600
czar.
people- Okay, that's completely untrue. I don't
Okay.
know.
Well, would you like a source for that one? Because I can pull up like 12 articles so that also I can challenge you, which is even more fun, to find me one time when Joe Biden called her the border czar or appointed her the border czar or said anything actually about her being the border czar. I don't even think Joe Biden actually said the words border czar the entire time he was president. I don't even think it existed.
Yeah, so that's very interesting you say that, because I've actually seen with my own eyes and ears that the exact opposite. So
Sure. Where can I find it? I'll pull it up right now. I'll play it on the screen, and you can prove me wrong after 2 years of doing this, and not a single person has been able to pull up a single video or single source to show that that is actually true from even a poorly reputable source. Okay,
Yeah.
not even a bad source. Okay, I'll take a bad source. Not a single person has been able to pull it up, but yet everybody says it's happened. It's crazy.
Well, I clearly can't change your mind on it, and I'm not going to.
I don't want you to change my mind. I want you to show me a source.
I'm currently at work right now. I can't really
All right.
do
Well,
that.
I'm going to go up and throw this source on my screen. Okay. Which is a really fun one that I love to throw up in this time, where it specifically is a fact check saying Kamala Harris was never the border czar. Here's what she actually did. Okay. And then it talks about what role she actually did have in immigration. Okay. Because it's important to talk about these things in a correct manner. All right. Because when we talk about them in a correct manner, then we can actually dissect them. Right. But if we start with just fake, stuff like, oh, she was the border czar. It's ridiculous. We don't have czars in this country. This isn't Russia. Okay. Russia has czars. We don't have czars here. Okay. She was assigned specific parts of immigration in her presidency. That is true. Okay. She was specifically tasked with dealing with the Northern Triangle, Northern South America, and in order to, build up those countries and help them to, not like be able to reduce asylum seeking from those countries because asylum seeking was so high post COVID. Right. And she did that. Right. And asylum seeking reduced in the United States by 50% from those countries.
Yeah.
Yeah. So A, she wasn't the border czar. Okay.
Okay.
B, she did have a task when it came to immigration. That is true.
Yeah.
C,
I think
she was successful in that. Okay. But that's not even what I was talking about. What I was talking about is the multiple policies that were put up under the Biden administration to add more border patrol, to secure our southern border with more border patrol, with more agents, more wall, more technology, all of those sorts of things, to increase ICE, to do all of those things that were shot down by Republicans every single way, part of the way. So what I'm saying is that the Biden presidency's actual policy is doing all the things that you wanted. You would have done all the things that you wanted it to do. Okay, but Donald Trump. Again, the Republicans made sure Biden couldn't pass that policy. And now Donald Trump is doing some of those things. He's not even doing all of the things that Biden's policy wanted to do. He's doing some of those things. Plus, you get the inhumane treatment.
Very interesting. Very interesting. So you said something interesting. You said that the Republicans were keeping Joe Biden from enforcing like border patrol and border security.
He was enforcing them. What are you talking about?
You said he wanted to.
No, I said he
But-
wanted to do a better job of enforcing it, but that doesn't mean that he wasn't enforcing with what he had.
Okay.
There were 685,000 deportations at the southern border last year under the Biden administration.
Yeah, I just find that very interesting.
You
That
should.
you'd say that. Mm.
Yeah, you should. Because how did we have 685,000 deportations at the southern border last year if Joe Biden wasn't enforcing the border?
Hmm. Well then, so if I were to say that clearly, I don't think anyone would disagree that we had the worst invasion of illegal immigrants during Biden's.
Invasion.
years.
That's straight out of the fascist playbook, by the way.
Right. Okay. Let's try not to put staples on people.
No, I'm just
Um,
the entire use of immigrants as invaders is directly out of the fascist playbook. Like that's literally what Mussolini did. That's literally what Hitler did. That is exact that idea of it being an invasion is directly out of that playbook. I just thought I'd let you know. Okay. Just thought I'd let you know that's exactly where it comes from.
Uh-huh. I mean, you can find correlations with literally anything. I mean, but to me, it's about the heart behind the people who vote, because I don't know what you would say. Would you say that because I support these things that I'm personally a fascist and then that I'm a Nazi?
No. Oh, first of all, I didn't say I didn't call anybody a Nazi.
No.
Hold on. I
Okay.
didn't call anyone a Nazi. You said that. I never said that. Did I ever say that?
No. That's why I asked.
Well, then why'd you even bring it up? I didn't say that.
Bro, dude, literally fascism and Nazis are being thrown together around all the time. Don't try to
No.
pretend.
Yeah. But there's been other fascists that aren't Nazis.
Okay.
Yeah. Because fascism isn't an end state. Okay. It's a process. All right.
Mhm.
Understanding that. Okay. It doesn't go fascism, Treblinka, or fascism, Auschwitz. Right.
Yeah,
It's the process all the way up to that. Right.
Right up.
And one of those pieces of the process is vilifying, right, vilifying immigrants and calling them invaders. It's exactly what was done in every single government that's ever been considered fascist. They've all done it.
Yeah.
Because what's an invasion?
An invasion
Mhm.
is, I guess, outsiders taking over. I don't know. I've never actually had to think about the definition on that.
Yeah, invasion, an instance of invading a country or region with an armed force, an incursion by a large number of people to do things in a place of sphere of activity, an unwelcome intrusion into the other people's domain, right? So it has to, in order for it to be an invasion, it has to be like a collective, right? It has to be a large group of people all getting together to enter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Immigrants were just escaping and they came here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because this is a good place to escape to.
My only concern, I don't disagree with you on that, but my only concern is having too many people,
That's a concern of mine also.
Yeah.
That's a concern of the left. That was a concern of Joe Biden. That was a concern of Kamala Harris. That was a concern of all of them.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So then why when they were in office did we have so many illegals just everywhere?
Yeah, two things. One, we had COVID, okay, which is what caused a lot of people to leave those regions. All right. Because the destabilization of all those regions, right? And second of all, we didn't have enough people to stop them.
Right.
Yeah, because they were coming, and Border Patrol, and again, this is nothing to do with Border Patrol's effort, right? Border Patrol did a whole bunch of shit, right? They tried their best, but there just wasn't enough of them. And there wasn't enough stuff for them to be able to get it done. There wasn't enough people to stop all of them.
But all of a sudden,
And so
but
Joe
all of a
Biden
sudden,
tried to
Trump
pass
says
policy.
that it has enough people.
So Joe Biden tried to pass policy to give them more people. And then Republicans blocked it. Specifically Donald Trump on the last two. He specifically intervened, called Congress to have Republicans stop a bill that they wrote in order to not fix immigration because he needed immigration to run against Biden on.
Mm-hmm. That's very interesting. I didn't know about that. If you can give me like some details so I can look into that.
CBS News interview, Senator James Lankford, Republican senator, Trump supporter, okay, in charge of writing that bill under the Biden administration, who says it on live television. And he says it on Fox News also. Senator James Lankford, Oklahoma.
Oh. So that was just someone who covered it?
No, that was the guy who wrote the bill.
Oh, okay. That was the guy who wrote the bill.
Yeah.
And then, do you know what the bill was called?
It was the Lankford bill, but I can give you the number if you really need it.
Yeah, I want to look that up.
But if you search Lankford bill, it'll pop up. It's not hard to find. Yeah, the Lankford bill, like Senator James Lankford.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you type up Lankford immigration bill, it'll pop up immediately. You don't need to search hard. This is not some like hidden bill. It was the largest agreed upon piece of immigration legislation in 50 years in this country. This wasn't a small thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have to look more in depth for that later. When I looked it up, it kind of just gave me a bill for government shutdowns, which I don't think is the right one. But I'll try to find that later. That's really interesting. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, sir. And here's the problem with that. Okay. And this is why I like, and I know it gets repetitive for people that listen to me all the time on here. Okay. Talking about this bill. All right. Because I do talk about this bill quite a bit. But I think the reason why it's so important to talk about this bill as much as I do. Okay. The reason why it's so important. All right. Is because Donald Trump specifically blocked this bill and called the Republican congressman and told them to block this bill specifically so people like you would blame Biden for not doing anything.
Yeah, no, I could totally see that being,
and it worked. That's the sad part. It worked. Joe Biden deported more people in his only term than Donald Trump did in his first term. Obama deported more of them more than both of them combined. And yet somehow Donald Trump has found a way to spin it that the left just wants undocumented immigrants here. It's just the craziest thing that him and Fox News have been able to convince people that somehow the left isn't for strong borders and good immigration policy. It's nuts. The left has always and throughout our history been more for strong borders, more for immigration policies than the right has. Okay. And that hasn't changed.
I think that's very interesting. I really want to thank you for this conversation because I honestly, when I was listening to your last conversation, it sounded like a lot of things where you were like pulling out of your ass, but like that, but now that I'm, actually looking these things up, I didn't know these things were real, and the way you're phrasing them makes a lot of sense. And I'm not trying to say just because I voted Republican means that I think that we're the best party ever. I completely disagree with that entirely. I think a lot of things involving government and especially voting is very corrupt, and it's very interesting to see things that I didn't see just being so, mainstream. And I don't disagree. I've never heard of the things that you're bringing up, but I don't disagree that the government would do something like that. And I find that very interesting.
Yeah, man, you gotta keep your eyes open to things. But regardless, I'm glad that you learned something new, and I hope that you do go out and research it. Well, regardless of where you vote or how you vote in the future. Okay, it's important to know the information that's going on. Okay, but for the love of God, let's stop pretending that the left is just pro everybody come here and that Joe Biden just opened the doors and just let everybody in here. It's not true. It did not happen. Okay. I am 100% okay and 100% for strong borders.
Yeah.
Okay, I am 100% for knowing who's in this country. Okay,
Yeah.
for national
I'm-
security reasons, I am 100.
Yeah.
What I'm not okay with is masked ICE agents busting into houses, ripping everyone out of houses, American citizens, legal residents, children, zip tying them, leaving on there, ICE officers on mask with no name tabs, yelling "fuck them kids." That's what I'm not okay with. Okay,
Yeah.
I am not okay with people being sent to terrorism prisons to be tortured in other countries when they haven't been convicted of a crime. I'm not okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. No, that makes sense. So you said a lot there. And I want to kind of like hone in on just like one part of it. You mentioned ICE grabbing legal American citizens.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. Do you have like a source for that as well? Like
They've been sued
like-
for it in 3 different states.
sorry, say that again.
They've been sued for it in 3 different states.
They've been sued for?
Yeah,
in
they've
3
been
different
sued
states?
for it. Literally, all the groups of all the people that they're detaining and arresting and putting in jail are literally all suing them because of the freaking obvious racial profiling that they are doing, where they're literally just snatching brown people. But
I
if you
do-
want the
I
most
do
recent
agree.
instance, Chicago would be the biggest one. Don Lemon had a great interview with a guy who was like very black. Like he didn't get confused for Latino. You know what I'm saying?
I do agree that ICE
Just
goes
ripping
pretty
him
hard.
up. 60 something years
I do-
old, and ICE is just ripping him up, detaining him, putting him in jail for 8 hours with no food. Okay, for 8 hours, right? And then just releasing him, no paperwork, no nothing, not even saying what he did wrong or if he did wrong or telling him that he was charged with a crime. Nothing.
Yep.
Nothing. 60 something year old dude. Doesn't even look like Tina. The dude watching the video was crazy because even the dude, right? Like that was talking about that, this, like I said, this 16-year-old man, right? Or 60-year-old man is like,
60-year-old, yeah.
it's like, dude, he's like, I knew it was already bad and I knew it was bad shit that was already happening. But he's like, I thought I was the last fucking person to get to get swung up because I don't look Latino.
Yeah.
But like they don't care. They're just snatching every brown person that they see, and then they'll figure it out later. I heard recently they're arresting teenagers, 13-year-olds, 16-year-olds, just random ones. In DC, they were just pulling over every Uber driver that looked Latino.
Yeah. I do agree that ICE goes really hard, and I think because I know a guy, he's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy, and he got flagged by ICE, and they almost deported him because he didn't have his green card on him, but they allowed him to go to his car and pull it out and show him, but they almost deported him right there because he didn't have his card on him, his credentials. And I just thought that was really
They
interesting.
pepper sprayed a pastor.
Sorry, say that again.
They pepper sprayed a pastor
Oh, okay.
who was trying to be there for his people in a time of trauma. A literal pastor is just like, hey guys, can we like calm this down? And they pepper sprayed him in the face.
Well, yeah. That is there a video of that?
There's
That's
pictures,
like
there's videos of, there's all of it. They were shooting at the news agencies with rubber bullets.
Yeah.
ABC would come to report, and they were shooting at the news agencies with rubber bullets. Okay?
Yeah.
This isn't a matter of go hard. Okay? This isn't a matter of go hard, right?
Mhm.
This is a matter of gross, okay, overreach by the government to go in with mass agents and just start freaking putting down anybody who disagrees with them.
Yeah.
Okay, that is what this is. This is a just obvious attempt to subvert the First Amendment, people's right to protest, people's right to say anything against the government. Okay, that is what this is. Okay, this has nothing to do with freaking with immigration. Okay, this has everything to do with control by the government.
Yeah. So I would say that rubber bullets, pepper spray, that kind of stuff. I personally, I've been watching this thing from start to finish, and I didn't see them pushing that hard until people started assaulting them. So to me, from my perspective, it almost kind of feels like, you know, they have to do it out of self-defense because they are federal agents, and it is a crime to assault an officer. And so I don't put it past them to have to be so brute.
That's a
when
bold-faced
people
lie.
are-
They started pepper
Sorry, what?
spraying the cops. What
I'm
were
sorry,
the
what?
cops assaulting them?
I don't know what you're talking about.
They started pepper spraying Portland PD, who was there to protect them.
They're interfering with federal agents.
The Portland PD was there to protect ICE.
Oh, protect ICE?
And ICE started pepper spraying the cops.
Huh. Right. I didn't hear about that.
Bro. Get out of this bullshit, bro. Get out. Or maybe it was Chicago. Maybe I said Portland. Maybe that was Chicago. But regardless, because they both happened at the same time. But regardless of which one it was, dude, This is not some like, they are freaking attacking pastors. They're attacking people dressed up in unicorn outfits and frog outfits.
So,
In Portland, okay? Chicago, this hellscape of humanity. Chicago's burning to a ground, yet somehow 50,000 people could run a marathon.
So I'm curious, where do you get your main news source? Like where do you
I get news sources from all over, sir, but I specifically just make sure I get them from places that are the least biased that I can possibly find, and preferably not from here.
by here you mean like YouTube?
Based in the United States.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
What do you? Okay. Well, I mean, like, I'm asking because, like, if I wanted to get more info on things that are happening, like, because I didn't hear about some of these things that you're talking about, but what if I wanted to be informed of them? You know, like, where would you redirect me to a news source that?
News sources that I trust the most: AP News, Reuters would be number 1 and 2. Ground News is always very, very good because at least they tell you the bias of the things that are happening. Okay, those are all really great sources. And then some independent news sources. Not every single freaking person that claims to be an independent news source is actually trying to fucking be actual unbiased independent news. I mentioned Don Lemon earlier. He's excellent. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, truthfully, where not to get your news. X. Facebook.
Yeah. I'm not on any of those.
Just saying, not a good place. And no matter where you're getting your news sources from, check them from other news sources. Okay? Yeah. Check them and back them up. You have BBC, you have Al Jazeera, you have PBS, you have all sorts of different places, okay? Yeah. All right? But back them up. If you see a source from one thing, first of all, I always tell these people one thing before I move on to the next guest. One thing, no, Don Lemon's biased. I just like his news sources. Everyone's biased. Guys, if you guys don't realize everyone's biased, whatever. Anyways, dude, I'll give you this back. Newsmax is a right-wing news agency, and they're even pushing back against the government for censorship. Our Department of Defense is about to have a sole news source, which is OAN. Mm-hmm. Marjorie Taylor Greene's boyfriend is going to be the only person reporting in the Pentagon.
Yeah. All right. Interesting.
So, anyways, find sources, back them up from other sources. If it sounds crazy, okay, check it 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
Like, I think that was my biggest problem is like with the whole Trump term this year. Like, I would hear something like, that sounds crazy. That can't be true.
Yeah.
And then I look it up and I go, oh, shit, Trump really is using American tax dollars to have people tortured in another country. Yeah. Holy shit. That's wild. Donald Trump did get on national television and tell the American people that, as he pronounced acetaminophen like a 5-year-old, that Tylenol causes autism. That really happened in the real United States, in real life, in this world, not even another one.
Yeah. He said that Tylenol can cause autism.
Yeah, I truly wouldn't have believed that if I didn't actually hear him say it. I truly would
Yeah.
not have even wouldn't have even truly I watched it happen and I was still in disbelief watching it happen. Okay. And now apparently circumcisions cause autism too. So I guess I'm doubly fucked, right? So that's horrible. But anyways, I'm going to move on to the next caller because I feel like I've been talking to you for, actually I'm right on time. I try not to talk to a caller longer than 30 minutes. But but what's on your mind? You got something else real quick or to finish off with?
Oh, no, don't worry about it. I don't want to take up your time. I kind of let you talk most of the time. I want to keep your stream interesting. But yeah, thanks for talking to me.
Yeah, man.
I don't think we agree on a whole lot of things since I didn't get to speak on my part a whole lot, but I do see a lot of your point of view, and I think it's very interesting, and I think you encouraged me to kind of look a lot more deeper,
Sir, I
will be doing more.
I don't need you to agree with me, man. Just look up just look up the shit that I'm saying. Okay.
I know.
And then you'll
see
see that what I'm saying is true. And then once we start from a place of facts, then we can have disagreements over things.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's the difference, right? Once we start from a place of facts, then we can have disagreements on how things could have been or should be handled.
Yeah.
Right? And that's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah.
And if we start from there, I'm gonna have lots of disagreements with all sorts of people. I'm gonna have disagreements with the left, the right, Democrats, Republicans. I think a whole bunch of shit should be handled in a different way.
Oh, yeah.
But we start from a place of facts. That's all.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, I
Armin.
just want to thank you for letting me talk to you. I ever since Charlie Kirk died, I've always felt really compelled to kind of talk to the other side more, and I thank you for letting me speak to you. I'm very curious about the other side, and I think it's very interesting and very enlightening for me.
Absolutely, man. We'll hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. I'm sure you'll hear some great conversations, and I'm sure we'll have another one soon. All right, man?
All right.
All right.
Have a good day.
Later, man. Yo, big tip is a chat for caller. At least we had a good conversation. I do like to have at least a decent conversation. So, yo, please make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We do this every single day but Friday, and depending on how things go, I might be on tomorrow night. I'm not counting it off. Usually Fridays are my night off, but I may do one Friday, just depending. We'll see how it goes. No promises though. Francesca, thank you so much for the gifted membership. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Delissa with the $20 super chat. Huge W's in chat for Delissa. Says a MAGA brain cult caller. Not everyone worships, follows your God. You drank the Kool-Aid. MAGA brain cult caller. Continue to control your house business. Stop trying to control others. Mind your own damn business. I'm pretty sure this is specifically for not that last caller, but the caller before. And I agree with that 100%. I agree with that. Not for the last caller, for the caller before. That was actually really true. Thank you so much, Alyssa. I appreciate that. Frost King said, homophobia, the fear that a man will treat another man the same way they treat women. Agreed. Thank you so much, Frost King. Guest appears to exhibit a mild case of circumcision. I'm sorry. The circumcision thing is funny to me. The circumcision is a funny word to me. Okay? I'm sorry. Just like any other guy, I resort to a 5-year-old when I hear stuff like that. I don't care. Circumcision is funny. I'm sorry. It's funny every single time I hear it. Thank you guys so much. Again, big W's in chat for everybody who says super chat. Help support the live. I really appreciate y'all. You guys, if you guys would like to support the live, I do have super chats open like you guys like to see. I like to put them up in between callers and we have a good time with that. So I really, really appreciate you. Also, I am working on a little trick or treat goal today. So if you guys would like to help with that, I really appreciate that. Also, we do have some new members today. So if you'd like to become a member, that is a great way to support the live. It's really, really helpful, or a super fan. And we do have a lot of fun with that too. I also have my pay links in my bio. They're all Cash App, Venmo, PayPal at Polypolitics, just like my name. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Bye. Hello, how are you?
Great, how are you?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I do not legally have to disclose this information.
You don't, but you do to be here. So, how old are you?
I do not have to tell you how old I am.
You're right. And have a wonderful day, sir. Hello, how are you? Great. How old are you?
I do not legally have to.
Hello?
Please turn off the live in the background. Thank you. How old are you?
I'm 46.
How old?
46.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
Awesome. What's on your mind?
No, I was passing by and I saw you on live TV
Passing by.
there was some things you were saying and I was kind of disagreeing with you a little bit there about especially with the pepper balls and the let me see and the stuff about going after people in Chicago.
Making my way
think,
downtown, walking fast, space
Hello?
fast, and I'm homebound.
So it's like
Sorry.
hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I was just
Well, I was
singing my
thinking
favorite
more
song.
Like it's a when you go ahead and allow a sanctuary city to for especially for like for the legals to go in and then they could do whatever and then ICE doesn't know who's the criminals, then they could run independently to go in there and see what's going on, and then you have all this chaos because they're not giving the criminals, they're not giving ICE the criminals the information they need. Because I live in Miami-Dade County, and there's more illegal immigrants in Miami-Dade than in Chicago, but there's none of that stuff going on here. All the criminals are being reported, and they're going out. This big Mexican
Criminals are still sent to jail just like everyone else in a sanctuary city.
Yeah, but if you go ahead and you
What's a
have
sanctuary city,
independent-
sir?
Well, according to ICE, a sanctuary city is that when it goes to if they get arrested or anything like that, they don't that city doesn't pass the information to the federal government, so they don't know who's the criminal. So the ICE has to work.
Oh, they absolutely do. Yeah,
go-
if you're actually convicted of a crime, yeah, you're still an undocumented immigrant and you can still be deported for it. Yeah, even in a sanctuary city, that doesn't change.
Yeah, I know. But at the same time, though, how many times the borders are said, "Hey, let us go to your prisons to pick them up. Let us go there. We don't have to go anywhere around the world or anywhere around the states or anywhere wherever to go pick."
Because
those
why would
person
we
up.
want
They just wanna
criminals
go ahead-
released?
What?
Why would we want criminals released?
No, he said, "Let us go to the jails to pick the
Right,
the
and
illegal
if they go
immigrants
to the
up.
jails and pick them up, then
Uh-huh.
what are they going to do with them?
They're gonna deport them."
And then what's going to
Or-
happen when they
or have
deport
they due
them?
process.
And then what's going to happen
do you
when they
mean?
deport them?
What do you mean? It's gonna make their cities, their towns safer.
Sir,
They're gonna be gone.
they're going to release them. Okay? They're going to release
I-
them. So if somebody
ICE is not
committed
gonna release them.
if somebody committed a murder in Chicago, okay, and Tom Holman comes or Chrissy Nome comes and takes them out of prison, they're going to send
No.
them back to Mexico and release them. Why would I want
No,
murderers
if
released?
No. If they committed murder, they go ahead and they have to do their time in prison, and then after they get their time in prison, then they will be picked up by.
That already happens.
So that's what I'm saying. So once
That
they
already
finish doing their
happens,
time-
sir, in sanctuary cities. That's not a new thing.
But if they're once they're released, they go to places like Chicago, right? If they did a crime in Chicago, once they're released, once they finish, they go
They're
ahead
not. They're not.
and
No,
be
they're
in their
not.
towns and walking
No, they're
around.
not.
Yes, they do.
Sir, if you're an
my
undocumented
goodness.
immigrant and you get sent to jail for a murder in Chicago, then you are going to go serve your time in prison in Chicago, and then you are going to be sent back to whatever country you came from immediately.
Okay, you use the word murder. I get it, but I'm not just talking about just murder. I'm just talking about any other crime too. There's other felonies besides murder.
All of
that
those
they
felonies
go ahead and
happen,
release
sir.
them.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
So what
Where are
is-
you getting this information
that's
from?
what-
What the
that's what
fuck are you
sanctuary
talking
is.
about, sir? That's not what a sanctuary city is.
Well, according to how ICE is reported, that's the way.
Who from
that's
ICE
what-
was
that's what they've
reporting
been doing. The person that's always on Fox News. I don't remember his name. He's always on Fox News, always speaking
always
First, turn off
saying
Fox
what
News. Okay, that's a
I
great
watch.
start. Okay, turn off
No,
Fox
no.
News.
I watch
Even if
MSNBC. I
I
watch
don't
CNN.
turn off
I watch
turn
Fox
off all
News.
3 of those.
I listen to AP.
Turn
I
off
listen
all
to
3 of
NPR.
those. Okay, turn off all 3 of those. Okay, you shouldn't be listening to any of them. Okay, it's really bad. All right. That's not what's happening. Okay. The only thing that Sanctuary City does, okay, is it doesn't work with the federal government on strictly immigration related stuff. So it's saying pretty much, hey, if you have information that there's an undocumented immigrant that works hard at the convenience store down the street who's committing no other crimes, and you come in and try to take them, we're not going to help you. If you want to go take them, you can, but we're not going to help.
No, that's not. That's not
No. What it is. Okay, that is what it
Well,
is. But if you commit a crime, even in a sanctuary city, and you were convicted of a crime and sent to prison, okay, when you on your release from prison, you are deported. Period. That's the same in every city, in every state, in every county in the United States. Period.
So why is it that places like Chicago is having that type of chaos, and places like Miami-Dade County, where it has more immigrants than Chicago, probably double the amount, they don't have those issues?
What chaos?
Texas-
Chicago was at
What do you mean? You did-
Chicago was at an all
do you
like a
mean what
7-year low in crime.
What are you? I'm talking about right now.
Yes,
Right
right
now with the
now,
ICE
before
right
Donald
now,
Trump
ICE
sent
and
in,
everything.
before Donald Trump sent in the National Guard, Chicago was at like a 7-year low on violent crime.
A city with municipal laws to protect undocumented immigrants from deportation and prosecution despite federal immigration law. Sanctuary City.
Sir, did you hear what I just said?
I heard
What
that,
chaos?
But I'm just saying. What do you mean? That you just talked about they shooting pepper balls at people praying, or they're throwing
So the chaos
they
that
spraying
Donald
down
Trump
the-
is causing?
It's not the chaos Donald Trump is causing. If in Florida, I live in Florida. In Florida,
So do I.
If you commit a crime, if you did a crime, or something's happening, they report it, and then they go ahead and pick them up. There's no chaos. There's more illegal immigrants in Florida and Texas than there is in Chicago. I think California is the only one that has the most, and they're not doing none of this crazy stuff in Texas and Florida.
They're not doing any of the crazy stuff in Chicago
if the
either.
Democrats would go ahead,
Sir, they're not doing. Sir, they're
protect-
not doing any of the crazy stuff in Chicago either.
What do you mean?
You
They're-
do realize
they're
that
out
Donald
there.
Trump specifically said, "I'm just going to Democrat cities," right? Like he's not even trying to pretend that this is because there's chaos or there. I guess he is trying to pretend. He's just doing that because he doesn't like that they're Democrats.
No.
Yes,
just
he
went
is.
to
He
every
said
city.
it.
The
said it. Okay, I'm
Republican-
sorry.
the
Hold on.
Republican state-
Hold on. Stand by.
Wait,
You
hold
said
on, hold
so.
on.
So you're saying
The
what Donald Trump
Republican
is?
state-
Hold on. So what you're saying is that Donald Trump lied when he said that.
No, I don't know about. I don't know. I'm just saying that you're trying to put words in my mouth. I'm just saying that
No,
the
I
Republican
said that
states
Donald Trump
are
said
working with-
that's
are
what he's
working with
doing,
ICE.
sir. That's what Donald Trump
Okay.
said he's doing,
Okay.
and you're like, no, he's not.
Okay, all right, fine. But I'm just trying to say the Republican states are working with ICE, so they don't have all that chaos. There's no shooting. There's no people getting thrown down to the ground. There's no pepper balls being sprayed at people. There's none of that. Is the
Got-
Democrats is not protecting.
Gotcha.
It's not protecting the civilians. You know
so
what I'm saying?
independent states don't have the right to enforce their own laws in their own state without the federal
They have the
government. Hold
right.
on. Shh. Without the federal government coming in and torturing their people. That's what you're trying to tell me. You're saying that they should
No,
all be
that's
like
not what
Florida.
I'm trying to
No,
say.
because
No.
no, that's exactly what you're
I'm not.
saying.
It should be
That's
like
exactly
Texas
what
too.
you're saying.
No, no.
That's exactly what
No,
you're
I'm
saying.
not.
Sir, listen, and I will explain to you that's what you're saying. Okay?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
Okay,
awesome.
go ahead.
So you're saying Florida capitulated to the federal government, and so there's no punishment for them. But for other individual states that don't want to capitulate to Donald Trump's freaking horrific immigration policies, their punishment for having their own rights and their own laws and not capitulating to exactly what Donald Trump says is that their people get tortured. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying it.
That's
like
exactly
that.
what you're
That's
saying
too
because you're
extreme.
literally saying,
No,
sitting here
I'm
going,
not.
oh, if Chicago would just capitulate to the federal government's horrific policies and do what the federal government wants instead of having their own rights, then none of this stuff would happen.
No, I'm saying if Chicago were protect the civilians there, none of this will be happening.
The civilians were
if all they
protected.
saying-
There are more civilians being injured in Chicago thanks to Donald Trump sending in the National Guard and ICE than there were before that.
There's what? Say that again?
ICE is hurting more people than were being hurt before they showed up.
Are you talking about this year, right? Because ICE is hurting more people, but because ICE has went into Chicago, then the crime rate went down like almost 50%.
No,
because
crime rate
of-
was already down. It was already way down. What are you talking about?
Since when?
Since
this year,
last
right?
year. Crime was already
Well-
way down before any of this happened, dude.
Well, what I read last month, I don't know which one I read from. It went down like 55%. It's been going down.
Yeah,
and down
I'd love
and
to
down
see that stat.
because- oh, okay. I'm just telling you. It's just kind of.
Yeah,
it's
no,
just
I would
kinda
love to
crazy
see
me
that stat.
how-
Where can I find that stat?
It just-
Because that's horseshit.
It's just kind of crazy. Like even like a
No,
blue city like New York City.
sir.
Uh-huh.
Where can I find that stat? Because it's horseshit.
All right. So you want me to you just want to just focus on the one thing I'm saying? Okay, that's fine. Let me look it up then, because
Well, if you're just gonna say just random shit that's not true, then fucking I want to know where you found it from.
I don't know why you all cursing and everything.
Because
whatever.
my live, I can curse if I want. Or your fifi's hurt.
I'm not saying
You got a little
I'm not
wedgie. You got to
saying-
pull
I'm
those big
just
boy
asking-
pennies up.
55%. Nah, bro. I'm a fighter, bro.
Oh, then start acting with it and stop crying. Jesus fucking
55%.
Christ.
And nobody crying.
Yes, you are.
55%.
Why are you cursing? Oh, you hurt my feelings.
I guess that's what people are doing when they're losing arguments.
Yeah, they whine about people cursing.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
What else? Crime went down. I'm looking it up right now. Like even like a blue.
I just
city,
asked
like-
where you found it, sir. I don't need you to look it up. Just tell me where you found it, and I'll just pull it up on the screen.
Well, right now I just googled it. It says 54% according to however 2024 noted a homicide claimants rate of nearly 54%.
2024?
according to some rates. Yeah, this means that the
Yeah. So it was down 55% last year. Cool.
Okay.
Thank you for proving my point.
Okay, so even a blue city like New York City is not going through the stuff like they're going through because they went ahead and that mayor in New York City went ahead and worked with ICE so they don't
And
have
committed.
stuff like this going on.
And
Huh?
why did he do that?
I don't know. I don't care why he did it. He just
Yeah,
all
he
of
did
this
it
doing is
because
just
he was up for a
protecting
bunch of
civilians.
corruption charges. And Donald
Well,
Trump got those dismissed as long as he would capitulate. He literally sold out his people, okay, in order
sold
to
out his
save
people?
his own ass. Because Mayor
Well,
Eric
good for him.
Adams is good for him for selling out his
Good-
own people. Wow,
Listen,
you really aren't a very
is
good
there
person, are
people-
you?
Are there people getting hurt right now? Are
Yes,
there people getting
lots of them.
Are there people? No, it's not. It's
There's
nothing
lots
like
of people
what's going
getting
on in
hurt.
Chicago.
Yeah, there's
There's
lots of
nothing like
people.
going on in Seattle. There's none of that stuff going on like that. It's only those places where you have sanctuary cities. That's it.
New York
I don't
is a
understand,
sanctuary
like,
city.
Look at the optics.
New York is a sanctuary city. New York is a sanctuary city.
Correct, but they went ahead and worked with ICE, like you just said, because he didn't want to go to
Yes,
jail.
they gave
But now
up.
because
Yeah,
it's
they
okay.
gave up their own states' rights and capitulated to the federal government. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That is an overreach. All right, of government power. It is against the Constitution and against the law.
All I'm saying is that New York City is a sanctuary city. They went ahead, they worked with ICE, and you don't have none of this stuff happening.
Gotcha. So hey guys,
I-
all you have to do to not have a problem with the federal government is doing exactly what they say. And if at any point in time, if at any point in time you
No, you
disagree,
work with people.
Shh.
You work with them, not do what they say. You don't have to do everything people say.
Shh. I'm speaking. Thank you. All you have to do is just do everything the federal government says. All right. And if they do something that's against your laws or your constitution or against your, morals, then just Don't do that. Don't care about that. Fuck your morals. Fuck your state's rights. Fuck your state's constitution. Fuck your state laws. Fuck all of those. Just capitulate to Donald Trump's government and there won't be any problems. That is literally what this guy is saying. Like, I should change this live to like Fascist Anonymous hotline. Okay? Like, at this point. Like, I should literally change this live to Fascist Anonymous fucking hotline so that people can come in here, all right, and just tell me how bad they want Donald Trump to be a fucking dictator in this country. All
I'm
right?
not telling you none of that. I'm just telling you how you people work with other people, and sometimes you get good results. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
'Cause look at like when
Yeah.
you
These are
when
not
you
good
go ahead,
results.
you throw
These are
stuff-
not good
you-
results, sir. The
What
correct
is
thing
not
would
good
be
results?
is for Donald Trump not to be sending his mass freaking Gestapo into these fucking cities, pepperballing
No.
priests and fucking children.
You're right about that.
Okay.
I don't like it, but I also see that it's a one extreme to the other. One president opened the borders, the other one's trying to close it. It's
Joe
two-
Biden
two
didn't
different
open the
extremes.
borders.
Well, you know that, man. It's a figure of speech. But he let everybody. There's a lot of people.
No,
that
he
went
didn't
through
let
because of Joe
anyone
Biden.
in.
Don't we have like 10 million people, legal immigrants in the country? We have like the most in
14.
the world. Okay, 14. So we have the most. We have the
Yeah.
most in the world.
Over the last
So
50
we-
years.
So what can you? So what can you do to stop that? I don't know.
There's
I
lots of
don't
things
think
we
it's
can do to
right
stop.
to-
There's tons of things we can stop to we can
So,
do
but
to stop
nothing
that.
was done before.
Sir,
Yeah,
I
but
don't
nothing
care
was
if
done
there's
before.
nothing was done before. The answer is not zip tie fucking children. You fucking imbecile. The whole fucking point is
The
there's tons
answer
of ways
is
we can do
you
things. No,
fucking
shut the
imbecile.
fuck up. Jesus fucking Christ.
Bro, you soft, bro.
Bro, you're a whole little fucking bitch. Okay? Shut the fuck
I
up.
hear you. I hear
Okay?
you.
I'll say it straight to your little face. Shut the fuck up. The answer to this is not to zip tie naked children and leave them on sidewalks. The answer to this is not send in a crowd control to beat people up and to fucking go into apartment buildings, fucking ripping fucking American citizens out and fucking jailing them. Okay? There are a million fucking answers to this fucking question, but none of them are sending immigrants to torture prisons. Okay? That is not the fucking answer, okay? There is a ton of answers. This answer, okay, is fucking fascism. This answer is fucking totalitarianism. This answer is non-American, non-democratic, and it is against the Constitution and it is against the fucking law, okay? And you are the most unpatriotic piece of fucking shit advocating for these horrific, inhumane fucking things to happen to other people because you're scared of fucking immigrants, okay? So stop being such a little fucking child, grow a fucking pair, okay? Grow a fucking pair. Yeah, that's even worse. You're a fucking immigrant who's a ladder
Yeah.
puller, okay? And I hope
A
you're
ladder
deported
puller.
next.
Yeah, I hope. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to be deported, but okay, it is what it is.
I don't
I'm
care
just
how you're
telling you
deported.
that-
I just hope they deport you.
bro. Okay. I don't care how you feel. You could talk all the shit you want. It don't bother me.
I'm not trying to bother you, sir. I'm not trying to bother you. Are you bothered?
Illegal immigration.
Oh,
is
he must be bothered.
Illegal immigration.
He must be
illegal immigration
bothered.
is a big business. I'm not bothered. Illegal immigration is a
bothered.
big business, man.
He's
and
in
they
his
trying to.
fifis.
You don't want to talk no more? That's fine. That's okay.
I didn't want to
If
talk
you
to you
feel
from the
like-
get-go.
Okay.
I do not
All right,
like you
then.
as a human being. I think you're a bad person. I think you are an immoral, horrible human being that came to our country, okay, used all the benefits of our immigration system to your
And for the
advantage,
country.
to your
And- and-
advantage,
and a combat
to
veteran.
use, to
And
use.
put a combat veteran
Congratulations.
behind
Thank you
that
for your
shit.
service. Cool?
Yeah,
Do-
fuck
did you
man.
get your thank yous now? Now shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I
You
don't need
came
that,
to
bro. I don't
our
need none of that
country,
shit from you.
use the advantages
did more
of
than
our
you.
immigration system, okay? Use the advantages of our immigration system. And now that other people are trying to use those advantages of this immigration system, you are trying to ladder pull your way out of it, okay? You are trying to make sure that nobody else gets the same advantages that you got, okay? And that is a sad human being, okay? That would not want other people to have exactly the same advantages you had. And you are advocating for their inhumane treatment. That is why you are a bad person.
Of course, I also adopted 3 kids too, and I also fought for this country,
Those poor
and I
kids.
do work for the federal government. So, so if you want to go ahead and say all this bad
Yeah,
stuff
those
about
poor
me, fine.
kids.
You don't know me. Yeah, those poor kids, but those poor kids right now, they all in good colleges doing their thing. So yeah, I know those poor kids. Okay. They thank me every day. They love me every day, and I love them back more than ever.
Sir, if you
more
need to
than
try to
anything.
defend your fatherhood, that's on you. I really could not give a shit, and I don't want to
No,
hear it.
I'm not defending anything.
Sounds like you are. You're like,
You-
they
you-
love me, I
you-
swear.
you go ahead.
You're like, they love me, I swear.
don't know
I
how
don't
we go
care,
ahead and
sir.
went from a
You know what?
discussion
You know what?
to-
There's a whole bunch of other people's children. There's a whole bunch of other people's children who are
Oh my
ripped away
God,
from them
yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
I-
There is
I
a
thought we
whole
was gonna
bunch
have
of
a
other
discussion,
people's.
bro.
There are a
Like, I
whole
thought
bunch
we
of
was
other
talking about-
people's.
now we talking
All right,
about-
now I'll mute you again. I keep having to mute you because you're acting like a child. I would have thought that freaking a combat veteran would have a little bit more discipline, but apparently not. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of children in the fucking United States who aren't with their parents, who can't thank their parents, who can't be with their parents, thanks to the rhetoric that you're spewing right fucking now. Okay? So I'm glad that you get to sit there after using our immigration system to be able to freaking take advantage of that and use your kids to be able to take advantage of that also. Okay, but there is a whole bunch of other people who can't be with their kids tonight, thanks to Donald Trump sending his fucking ICE agents into these fucking in these places and treating inhumanely. I am advocating for those people and their children while you advocate against it.
I don't know if you still have me mute or not. I don't even know what's going on. I just thought we was having a discussion about other stuff, and then all of a sudden it became about me and you. So I don't know.
You made it about me and you.
I don't even know if you still. I don't even know if you still have me on mute because you just said you muted me, right? So I don't even know what's going on right now. I didn't know that it was gonna get. It was gonna be personal. Right now, you know, I'm talking live to you, so I'm a little nervous. So I'm not saying exactly what I want to say. So I'm kind of I'm hesitant in what I'm saying. But I didn't think it was gonna get like that. Where I don't want to fight with nobody, and I don't like to coach it.
I do.
I know. I can see.
Yeah,
I can see.
I fight against people
But,
who treat people who advocate for the inhumane treatment of other people. I will fight for that. I
but
will
I
fight for that
believe in-
all day. I will fight for
Yeah,
that
yeah, me
all
too.
day fucking long. No, but
There's
see, no,
missing
sir,
children. There's so many thousands of missing children
you're the one
they're running
advocating,
business.
sir.
I hate
You're
that.
the one advocating,
I hate that.
sir. You're the one advocating for the inhumane treatment of people. You are, not me.
Okay, well then
You
I.
are.
No, no,
Okay,
no, no, no.
you're doing that.
Just because me and you disagree on certain things, I see a good to both sides.
You've
You just
advocated
don't see
for
a
it
good on
in
one
this
side.
conversation. What are you talking about? I don't see good
No,
on
I
either
didn't.
side. Okay, but specifically the side of treating people inhumanely. That's what I see, because I'm a humanist and I actually care for other people and I am able to be empathetic towards other people. So when I see people, okay, being treated inhumanely for the color of their skin because their first language was not English.
It's not because of the color of the skin.
Oh, really? They've been sued in 4 different
No.
states for racial profiling.
No,
And they've been sued in 4
most of the-
different states for racial profiling. They were literally ripping out Uber drivers out of their fucking Ubers because they were brown in DC. Stephen Miller is literally a giant racist who is leading the whole thing, whose entire thing is pretty much that he believes racial profiling should exist. He literally instructed ICE to stop going after criminals and start going after people at Cardenas Markets and 7-Elevens. So don't tell me it's not racial profiling. It is 100% racial profiling. They are going after people that probably look and sound exactly like you do and taking them away from their families, ripping them away from their families with no charges whatsoever, locking them in fucking detention centers just because they look and sound like you. And while you might not give a fuck about that because you think you're fucking safe, okay? Even though Donald Trump has literally just ripped legal immigration,
don't think
even
for
though
me.
Donald
You don't know
Trump
what I'm
has
thinking of.
just
You don't
even
need
though
to think
Donald
for
even though Donald Trump has just ripped legal status from 400,000 people in the United States, you might think that
You don't
you're
need to think
safe,
for me.
but you're fucking not, because the entire point of the administration is to go after people that look like you. And if you're not smart enough to fucking fight for that, then
That's
I'll
not
fight
that-
for
they-
you,
they just
even if you're a
supported-
piece
they
of
just
shit.
supported 40 South Koreans. That was, I think, in Atlanta, Georgia, or something like that. They go after anybody. It just happens to be where it's more South Americans,
400,000 Venezuelans that were legally here.
It's more Central and South Americans that's in the United States. So it just appears that way, but it's not that it is a targeting. it's not how you saying it. You're making it. The way you talk is very extreme. So it's like
So,
you know. It's
so
either
gotcha. So
100%
gotcha. No, no.
This way,
So,
100%
so
that way.
you're,
I try
so
to
gotcha.
I try to see
so,
things at both sides.
So gotcha.
I
You
try to
think
work with
so? This is what you
everybody.
think is even. This is what you think is even. 200 South
Why don't you
Koreans
just
in
ask
Georgia.
me what I think is even?
Yeah, 200 South Koreans in Georgia that were here illegally. You think that is comparable to 400,000 Venezuelans that were
No.
here legally? That were here legally.
No, I don't know. No, why don't you just ask me what I think?
Because I did because I said you think that you're safe, okay, because you're here legally, and I said Donald Trump just revoked the legal status of 400,000 Venezuelans, people that were legally here, to then make them illegal so that he could deport them. And the next words out of your mouth were, "Oh, it's the same as those South Koreans in Georgia."
What? Well, I didn't really hear what you're saying. You say a lot of things fast and you yelling all the time. So I just let you talk whatever. I just say whatever, and then I just say something back. Because really, you kind of threw me off with this whole cursing and going back and forth for me and you. I just wanted to have like a regular conversation.
Yeah, combat veteran that can't handle cursing.
It's not a combat veteran that can't handle cursing, man. I just don't.
That's exactly what it is.
Like,
I have lots of friends that are combat veterans. Not a single one of them has ever complained to me about cursing. Not a single fucking one.
It's not that. I never met you.
Even non-combat veterans have never
like
fucking complained to me about
like
cursing before.
It's like you're
That's
a
fucking wild. That is
no,
fucking
you're just like a telephone
wild.
guy. I just see.
That is fucking wild.
To be honest, I just see a punk in you, so that's why I didn't want to go that route.
You should try crying about it. Maybe that'll help.
I don't go ahead and start to talk shit to somebody that I never met before. That's just soft to me. So
maybe I'll curse and scare you off. Ooh.
Yeah. Well. Okay. All right. So it looks like we're not gonna get nothing out of this.
Yeah. Literally, for my combat vets out there, y'all never heard a curse word before? Wild.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because I don't believe you.
You don't believe that I'm a combat vet?
I don't.
Okay.
I truly don't. If you are, thank you for your service. Okay. But if you are, okay.
I only been here 25 years.
If you are, then I guess they just don't make vets like they used to.
No, they make them.
You know. That's all I'm saying. Because a combat vet that would literally sit here and fucking cry about me cursing to him is fucking soft, bro.
No, I just
soft
told you.
Dude.
I didn't want to disrespect you on your forum.
Charmin Ultra Soft, bro.
I just felt like you were just a punk. That's what I'm just saying. I didn't want to go that route with you. I'm not gonna go try to
Call of Duty vet is wild.
With you. You never met me. You don't even know me, and I don't know you. So
sir, no one is forcing you to be here. You can leave whenever you want. You called my live to whine, okay, about me cursing on my own live. You literally have called. Dude. I didn't come to. Did I come to your house and start cursing? Did I come to your house and start cursing? No, you came to mine.
But what I'm just saying, though,
you came to mine. You came to my house and started whining and crying, bro.
Oh, okay. No. No, listen. You spinning it. I get it. All right. Have a good one.
I'm gonna start calling you one of those fucking little brown bears or whatever, bro.
I don't know if you're trying to get a rise. You gotta do more than that to do that, but it's okay.
Dude, nobody cares what you think. Go away.
I know you saw.
Run, little guy.
It's okay.
Run.
Ain't no who needs to run.
Run, little guy. Bye.
I am
so tired of hearing you cry. Just go away.
You on the phone. You on the phone. There's nothing to run from.
You're
literally on the phone. Okay. So I don't understand. What is there to run from?
He's still here whining.
There's nothing to run from.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I don't even know how. I really just wanted to have that conversation. But I get all right. Have a good one, man. God bless you.
Hail Satan. Jesus. Whining. Holy crap, bro. So I know lots of fucking vets and lots of combat vets. I have never fucking once in my entire fucking life had one of them cry about me saying a curse word. Holy shit. Someone said Paulie, he's Army. Corey, can you confirm? Can you confirm? John, thank you so much for the $5 over on Cash App. I really appreciate it. Thanks for standing up for the vulnerable. Oh, thank you so much, John. I really, really appreciate that. Dax, thank you so much for the 5 Canadians. Said the U.S. military struck another boat in the Caribbean Sea on today, Thursday, and they were survivors aboard the vessel this time. Hope they're okay. Oh, really? Because the last time they did it, there were survivors aboard the vessel, and they just went back and killed the survivors. So I'm surprised they left him alive this time. That's pretty crazy. I have to look into that. That's wild. John, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate that. And Gene, thank you so much for the $1 donation. I really, really appreciate that too. And TS, thank you so much for the $2 donation. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. Sorry. If there's one thing I fucking hate, is fucking a ladder puller, dude. If there's one fucking thing I hate, is a fucking ladder puller. Truthfully. Somebody who will literally use the advantages of our immigration system. Okay? Laws that were created on a country of immigrants. All right? To make a better life for him, a better life for his family, a better life for his children. And then once they have those advantages, will use their voice to try to stop everyone else from being able to have the exact same thing that they got. Not just not have it, but advocate for their inhumane treatment. There is nothing I can't, there's nothing I can't stand more than that. Nothing. Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely fucking not. There is nothing I can stand more than that. I can't stand more than that. He came over the right way. So did those 400,000 Venezuelans that Donald Trump just revoked the U.S. Their legal standing here. Yeah, so did they. Donald Trump is going to immigration courts for people that came here, tried to come here legally, and he's ripping them out of immigration courts in order to deport them. And regardless of whether somebody came here the right way or the wrong way, came here legally, came here illegally, whatever, what I think the biggest difference between freaking the right and the left, and 100%, this is exactly what it is. The biggest difference is for some reason people on the right think that because somebody freaking came here illegally, that they shouldn't be treated like a human. You for some reason think that if people freaking commit what is a Class C misdemeanor, okay, they should be treated inhumanely. You think that it's okay for ICE to treat people inhumanely because they're invaders, fascist playbook. That's why you're sad. If Donald Trump was going after freaking people and treating them humanely and deporting people, is what it is, dude. If Donald Trump wasn't trying to send people to fucking African war-torn countries instead of the country they came from, if Donald Trump wasn't trying to fucking zip-tie children on the fucking sidewalk, wasn't pepperballing fucking pastors, shooting at the fucking media, trying to quell fucking the First Amendment and protest. If Donald Trump wasn't doing all that sort of stuff and just trying to deport undocumented immigrants, no one would fucking care. No one would care. No one would give a shit. We'd be talking about all the other shit Donald Trump is fucking up. Okay? Your entire party is based off of, entire movement is based off of hurting other people. Your entire party is based off of hurting other human beings. And that's because you're a bad person. It's a misdemeanor. And in most cases, it's a civil infraction. It's not even a criminal offense. It's a civil infraction. Just thought I'd let you guys know that too. It is more of a crime in most states for you to fucking jaywalk. Or at least an even crime. It's an even crime in the United States for you to jaywalk. But I bet you if Donald Trump was fucking sending fucking a bunch of people out and fucking beating them up and sending masked agents into their fucking houses for jaywalking, you guys would lose your shit. But hey, I guess when they're brown people, I guess it's okay. Anyways. Mel, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I said, as an army vet, don't include him with us. Dude probably had to check CACs at the gym. Bro, he got promoted to towels. Okay? He got promoted to towels. Don't you disregard service, all right? Somebody had to hand him towels. Okay? And TS, thank you so much for the $5. Said Trump has to do all these theatrics and an inhumane treatment to justify and spitting multiple X what Biden did to still be falling way short of Biden's numbers. You know what I think it is? I think Donald Trump is doing all of this stuff because he doesn't want to release the Epstein files. Personally. I think this entire thing is all so Donald Trump doesn't have to release the Epstein files. I should really talk about the Epstein files more. I feel like that's a more necessary thing. Okay. Corey, you don't want to play that game. I'll bring him back. I'll call him back right now. First of all, you say he was a combat vet. There's only like 8 of them over in my land, okay? So. The amount of stuff that this guy will do in order to ensure that he doesn't release the Epstein files is wild. Anyways. Guys, I'm going to get offline tonight. I have to be up early tomorrow. I got a doctor's appointment in the morning, so I'm going to get off the night. I will most likely be on. Make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh my God. She's a lot of mess. Lot mess. I'm pretty sad. Thank you so much for all those jewels. I appreciate that. I have a doctor's appointment for work tomorrow, so I will probably. I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow night. Usually Friday's my night off, so I probably won't. Saturday is also up in the air. I'm not sure I'll be on Saturday, honestly, either. I may or may not be on all weekend. It'll be last minute to find out. Join the Discord for more updates, all right? And I will see you guys. I will see you guys then, all right? Love you guys, right? Bye. See you guys later.